Write a will. Get him to write. I will sleep him. No more Wesam's world. It is now my world. Yeah. That's content.
We're live. We're live on Adobe Radio. Welcome, everybody. I have a very special guest today. He is a close friend, an extremely talented actor from across the pond, as they say. He stars in the hit show on Hulu, Black Cake. He plays Clarence Little Man
Henry. Clarence Little Man Henry.
Clarence Little Man Henry. Yeah, I was saying it right. Ladies and gentlemen, friend, close confidant, Anthony Mark Barrow. Welcome.
Thank you for having me back, Wesam.
You know, I was going to just start roasting you, as we always do with each other.
Prepared.
And we're going to get to that soon. But I have to say in front of everybody, right off the bat, we worked starting off on the NBC pilot, The Getaway, together. And I knew you were a good actor from there, not from our performance on the on stage, not from that, but when we did a self-tape together.
Yeah, I remember.
And I was like, oh shit, he's actually really, really good. And that's when we cultivated our friendship. And then after watching the first episode of Black Cake, I'm a little bit into the second episode. Wow.
Thank you.
I'm saying this friend to friend, colleague to colleague. That is a master class in acting. You are flawless in it.
Well, thank you. I've reached the stage in my life when I can accept compliments.
And I'll tell you, and I want to go further with it.
Okay.
You are so clear, subtle, but with high stakes with all your beats. You have this look in your eyes that's just filled with life, and I believe you. And I'm your friend, and I don't recognize you at times watching that. So seriously, kudos, man.
I have to give a lot of credit to the director, Natalia Lisa, who gave me a lot of license, and just the way that she directs. And it made me think back retrospectively to our time on The Getaway,
yes,
which was the complete opposite to that in terms of Natalia's processes. We'd get to set, we have a little talk about it, and then she would just say to me, Mia and I, let's just see where it takes us. And we run the lines, and then that opening scene from episode 1 where he first meets her, that was pretty much our first rehearsal. And then she just put the cameras around us. That was purely instinctive from Mia and myself coming in. I heard the music coming in, and maybe we did about 5 or 6 takes, but that was just built on her trusting us. But ironically, to take you back a bit, when the casting came in, I was excited about it. But then I read the book because I just needed an in, because obviously it's based on the book, the best-selling book, New York Times best-selling book, and also it was on Obama's summer reading list. So obviously that's why it got a lot of traction. I remember reading a segment in the book where Little Man Henry, who's obviously a loan shark and he's a murderer and a rapist, he goes to see Kovi's dad and asks permission to date her. And that was my in. I'm like, I can't play all of the other stuff. What I'm going to lean into is the humanity of him, and that despite what he does that we never see but we hear about, he has a level of old school charm. And I'm like, that's what I'm holding on to. You know, the fact that he's quite chivalrous in his own way.
Yeah.
And he says in the book that he went 4 or 5 times to ask permission. I'm like, that's a guy who has certain values, and that's what I held on to. And so in that opening scene, Lynn has given him permission to go and see her. Yeah. So I'm not doing anything wrong. And he's not used to women kind of not taking advantage of his advances. So there's a moment that the camera kind of caught, and I've got some of the outtakes actually that Mia's mum had sent me from Video Village, that when I get her backed up against the fridge, I don't quite know what to do because no one's ever said no to me before. And there's a moment when I'm a bit kind of flummoxed. It's a split second because I like to show the humanity in someone when he's not quite in control, he doesn't quite know what to say.
Yeah.
And that's what I've tried to portray, and it thankfully comes across on camera, and I've had a lot of great feedback from him. But, you know, I'm just trying to present the humanity to quite a complex character.
Well, I think it must have been such a big struggle for you to play the charming aspect of it because, I mean, you know, you.
I don't know what to say. It's great to play a baddie.
A baddie?
A baddie.
I think the
a baddie? Is that what you say?
The modern terms of saying a baddie is like a really attractive female chick. So I don't think.
Okay.
So I don't think that would be appropriate.
What would we say then?
Right? You know, like she's
a nefarious character. How about that?
Nefarious?
Nefarious.
Oh. Sorry, I thought you said farious.
Here we go again.
What? I'm just misheard you. I'm so sorry. Nefarious. Sorry. It's just late at night now.
Right.
Yeah, it must be fun playing a nefarious character.
Yeah, I mean, it's for me, it's the reason why. Why is he like that? And again, call me the boring actor. I remember reading lots of what was going on in Jamaica at the time. There was a whole political internal struggle, and you'd have these dons, little man, who the government would set up in different parishes to run the place. And that, again, that was my aim. I was thinking, right, okay, so I'm going to be like one of those. And then I thought, around about the time, in my mind, he was quite into film, and he'd be watching all these mafia films. So he was basing himself on the mafia. And I remember when I got the call to say that I'd been cast, literally the next day, Haley, our wardrobe, had called me. And I said, yeah, Haley, I need a wig. And I saw him straight away. I knew what his hair was like because he'd been watching all of these mafia films. And, you know, she was so accommodating. Even the cut of the suit, slightly big shoulders, the whole look. I have to give a lot of props to production. Haley was just amazing. Tali packed her in terms of we went through about 4 iterations of the wig, wasn't getting it right. And I knew, for example, that he wanted finger waves in his hair because in my mind, he was watching a lot of influence from American culture.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I based him on, but obviously then transferring that into the Jamaican culture socially and politically of the time.
Man, the layers upon layers. No, there's so many layers to this. And, you know, we're both instructors. You're head of acting at IDSA here in the Los Angeles branch. And something I really harp on the students is specificity. You have to be specific. You have to go deeper and deeper and deeper. And this is just attesting to that. Like the specificity you have with this character. And yeah, kudos to production for allowing you to, and giving you the freedom and hopefully encouraging this because that's what makes good television. In all honesty, I haven't watched a good episode of television in a while, and watching that, I was like, all right, there's some good solid acting in that episode, and I'm sure throughout the series too.
Again, I've always got to give props. I worked with 2 directors on that. Zetna Fuentes, who directed the hell out of episode 7 that just aired last week. I mean, she was incredible. And I started working with her on the pilot, but sadly, she was ill. So Natalia Lita came in and just picked up from episode 1, 2, and 3. So I got to work with those 2. But captain of the ship, Maria Jo Serra, who is our showrunner, again, leads from the front, creates a set that is collaborative. And I just now love working with female directors. You know, I'm not as experienced as you. I'm quite new to the screen world. And that experience that we had in Mexico, as great as the location was, the experience on set working with that particular director wasn't great. But then I've got this to compare it to. And if working with female directors are always going to be like this, then sign me up. I never want to work with the male director again, unless they're as collaborative as these guys.
Well, I think one of the biggest obstacles in the pilot we shot was the fact that I had dysentery, and so did like a bunch of other people on set. That the water was not friendly to our systems. Let's just say that.
I was okay. I escaped clearly.
Yeah. How did you do that?
I'm a nice person.
What does that mean? That makes no sense.
It's called karma, I believe. No? I mean, I don't know.
You?
Yes. I was fine.
Anthony.
I was fine. I never got ill once.
Anthony.
It's true.
Anthony, I know now that the strike's over, you were really pro producers. You were pro studios. How does that feel coming back to the actor's side?
This guy. I mean, I don't know what to say to that. Seriously, I never got ill.
Yeah, that's insane to me. That's insane because, honestly, the last few days on that show, I was like, I might die. I might die. And if this gets worse after I come back to America, I have to go to the emergency room. I really did not have solid poops for maybe 3 weeks.
And we were eating the same food.
And drinking the same
Water.
safe bottled water, which...
That turned out not to be as safe as we thought. But
yeah. I mean, a lot of people got sick.
yeah, a lot. And that's why I'm very fortunate. I don't know why.
Do you think it's because you're 86 and you've lived a long life and your body has just built up this immunity?
I just think it's because I'm a good person.
I doubt that.
The proof is in the pudding, or the pooping, as one would say.
That's right. Well,
Great pun by me.
congratulations on Black Cake. I thought it was a cooking show the first time I heard you got cast in it, and I was like, this is it. This guy...
The Black Chef on Black Cake.
Yeah, it's a competition. Dude, I was like, this guy loves baking, so watch out, people.
The Great British Bake Off.
And you should have seen the look on my face when I started watching the first episode. I'm like, this is intense for a cooking show. She's running through the woods, sweat. Oh, the ocean.
Looking
oh
for
my
ingredients.
Gosh. Wait a minute.
Looking for rare ingredients that can only be found in Jamaica in the 60s.
How do you think you do on a cooking show or like a reality competition show?
I'd never do reality TV.
You'd never do it. Why?
No.
That's not my question. First of all, I hate when people do that. I literally asked him a question and then he like dismissed it. No. I'm saying if you were on one, do you think you would? Oh my God, that's good. This is good podcasting.
So it's hypothetical. If hypothetically I would do a reality
Yes, I'm not
TV
offering
show,
you a job on a real competition reality show.
I have a reason for not doing reality TV because bear in mind, God,
Oh, here we go.
politics. So reality TV came out of. You're going to lose probably one of the 3 listeners who are watching anyway.
Damn. That is
Actually,
so
that's a lie because my
fucking
mum will
rude.
watch this, so that'd be 4.
I love your mom.
You never met her?
Oh,
Or have you? Look at that.
I love your mom. I can't love your mom if I haven't met her.
I guess you can.
I have a lot of respect for your mother.
Because you love me.
That is the loudest those sirens have ever been.
Because I am here. Reality TV.
Yeah, they're worried about you, so the ambulances are on standby.
Always the ageist jokes. God's sake. No, I'm not a great fan of reality TV. I can't watch it.
I understand that.
Right.
So, hypothetically,
Yes.
my guy,
Yes.
if you were
Yes.
on
Yes.
a competition show of any sorts, whether it be cooking
Yeah.
or Road Rules or
Road Rules, what's that?
It was an old 90s show. It was like a reality competition show. They do like obstacles. This is, back when you were in your 60s, it was like a big thing. Yeah.
I'm a third marriage.
How would you think? Do you think you'd do good in competition, like in a reality competition
Yeah, but
show?
not baking. I'm quite competitive, as you know. So something competitive I like.
Yeah, so physical.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. How do you think you think you would do good on Survivor?
I like that. I mean, there's a show in the UK called I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. I'm sure.
Yes.
Over here, where they put them in Australia, like in the outback.
Yeah.
That stuff. I think I'd like just to challenge myself mentally.
You would die in the first like 8 hours.
No.
You'd be like, oh, well, more slippers.
8 hours.
No.
No.
You guys need to laugh harder. Maybe
They will when you say something funny.
that bothers me.
They will when you say something funny.
You got
Alex
a
is
lovely smile from us.
No, you gave me a lovely,
One of those,
lovely smile.
one of
Alex
those
was like
ironic
this.
smiles. When is he going to be funny? I wouldn't last 8 hours. It'd probably last about, 2 hours. I mean, some of the stuff they have to do is extreme, and then obviously their food intake goes down. Oh, no.
Well, just bring your jacket with the largest zippers I've ever seen in my life, and I think you'd do great.
It begins.
I mean, your style. I would. You know what?
Are we talking about me personally, or now my style in the show?
No. You personally. We'll come back to the show in a little bit.
Right.
I want to go through your closet.
Okay.
You have the most eclectic choices I've ever seen in my life.
I'm an artist.
Do you dress you, or does your wife dress you?
My child dresses me.
Oh, Okay.
That will come as no surprise to you.
Makes
By the
sense.
way, in line of where we were last time I was here, and you not knowing who Basquiat was, I decided to wear a Basquiat T-shirt today. Just saying.
Who's Basquiat again?
There we go.
Who's Basquiat?
This is season 2 of Wesam not knowing anything about art.
Can we look up Basquiat again? Somebody look up Basquiat. I really don't remember our conversation on Basquiat. I'm forward moving, man. If something happened in the past, it better be memorable. And by the way, side note, when somebody goes
Dory.
to, oh, you don't remember my name? Oh, you know what my favorite thing to say is? Especially if they try to embarrass me in front of other people, I go, no, be more memorable.
Oh, that's rude. See, that's why you had dysentery. Cue the laughter. Thank you, Peyton.
Stop laughing harder at his jokes than at my jokes.
He's being funnier.
On cue.
I'm sorry.
I'm British.
see,
It's the timing. See,
Karma.
This is what happened
Yeah.
in Mexico because of
my
your
God.
your energy. Hold my hands. It's okay.
Oh my gosh, they're so smooth. Oh, I've seen this movie.
There you go.
No. There's a movie done on him, right? Yeah. I've seen clips from this. The guy who plays him is very interesting. He has a scene with Andy Warhol.
Jeffrey Wright.
Yes.
Played him in the original movie, and there's a wonderful actor in Hollywood called Kelvin Harrison Jr. the Third.
Yeah.
Who's got a phenomenal work ethic. He's about to play him as well, I think.
Now that's terrible, right?
No.
That's not terrible. Do you?
No.
Sorry, I'm trying to see.
And I do have that as a T-shirt. I was going to wear it today as well.
You know what?
You're not a
Respect. I'm sure. I'm not a fan of this type of art.
That's okay.
Yeah.
You don't have
just
to
not a
be.
fan. But kudos to him. I'm sure it'd be an interesting conversation to have. That's for sure.
Very much so.
Is he still alive?
No, sadly he died.
Really?
At 27, I think. Yeah.
27? Wow, that's really young.
Yeah. But
Wow.
his estate is quite tremendous and making a lot of money for his family.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him.
But one of those artists who shone brightly for a short period of time and sadly left this plane.
You know what? I feel like if you were an artist, you know what kind of art you would make?
I am an artist.
Oh, you're an artist?
Yeah.
What do you do?
Do you know what? It's interesting.
What?
I was listening to one of your podcasts a few weeks ago, and I can't remember who you had, but you were talking about art. And of late, I've been cooking. I'm like, why am I cooking? But it was because in the strike, normally our art is created either on set or doing self-tapes. And I thought, why am I cooking? It's because I had to find something to create. And I've kind of enjoyed it. I'm like, yeah, I'm an artist. I always have to find something creative to do. Just saying.
Wow. I'm really glad you told me that. And I'm really glad that our listeners heard that. Thank you so much,
Well,
Anthony,
I thought I'd share.
for sharing with the world that
So-
you enjoy cooking.
Actually, Alex and Peyton,
Holy
maybe
shit.
Well, maybe the answer to that original question is yes. I could go on a cooking show because clearly I hadn't thought about that. Look at that! I surprised myself.
Oh
Look
my
at that.
God!
I know, right?
That's
So-
just wonderful.
Yeah.
This show has come full circle.
Look
We
at that.
usually do an hour, but honestly, I don't think we're going to get better than that.
Boom.
Play us out, Peyton.
There you go.
Tune in next week.
Well, I'll be back. And the week after.
Well, I got to say, I am such a lucky individual to be part of the IDSA faculty. I've been enjoying teaching tremendously at the Los Angeles branch, and you are the head of acting over there.
Yeah.
And one of the aspects that I am looking forward to next semester is, and also the way it's kind of, I've heard you talk about it, other students talk about it. There's a lot of discipline involved in the program, and I want to keep that up. I want to keep the standards high with that.
Yeah.
I think that's so crucial for actors in general, that sort of structure.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, thank you for having me on the team.
You're welcome.
I want to share some stuff from my experiences so far. So far, I've been there for 2 semesters now, and I'm sure some students are listening to this currently. And there's a common question that gets brought up.
Yeah.
And one of those aspects, and I wanted to see how you answer it, is a student will do a scene,
Yeah.
and it's one note. a lot of beginner actors have this problem. It's
Yes.
just one note.
Mm-hmm.
And how do you approach an
Mm.
actor who's delivering a scene like that?
I have a mantra that I say to them: don't play the scene, play the moment. Because a lot of them will read a scene and that's just it. I'm like, it's kind of what you were talking about before, in terms of there's so many clues within a text, in terms of whether it's backstory, whether it's about relationship, whether it's about time, whether it's about any form of narrative. And I think a lot of actors are so enthusiastic to get into the script, and they want to get to the drama. And I always say there's no drama till there's drama. And they forget to be taken by surprise. And the whole point of being an actor is we've rehearsed. But whether you're on camera or on stage, the audience are seduced into thinking that it's the first time we've heard it. It's about having the art of spontaneity. But ultimately, Wesam, for me, it's, are you listening? And I often say to actors, no, you're just waiting for your cue line. So many of them are waiting for their cue lines. They're not actually listening. And I often say to them, so if Wesam has a 5-page monologue and he's talking to you, you're only reacting when it's your cue line. And he could have had so much pertinent information about your relationship, what just happened, and you are not taking any of that in. You're not being affected by what he's saying, what he's not saying, what he's doing, what he's not doing. And that for me is inexperience. I get it, because I was like that too. And I remember an acting tutor when I was at drama school saying, you're a good actor when it's your turn to speak. But what do you do when you're not speaking? And I couldn't answer him because I thought, I don't know. He went, I know.
Yeah.
And from that moment, I thought, right, I've got to just start to listen, but not. And then I went through a phase of acting like I'm listening. No, just be present. And being present is doing exactly what you're doing at the moment, which is just being open and just listening and having an opinion. Sometimes that opinion will be physicalized and sometimes it will be internalized, but just be present.
How do you answer this question? Or how do you help fix a student who is having trouble staying present? Because I notice that with some students.
Okay. I'm quite brutally honest. I got to plug. See these things? That for me is the main culprit. If you can't be present in your own life, and people are like this all the time, we're having a conversation and
He just pulled up a phone for those of you listening.
I know,
Yeah.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
Sorry for those who are listening, I pulled up a phone.
Yeah, it's fine.
See, they laugh again.
Yeah. By the way, side note, I hate how hard you both laughed at that, because that was
What
not
do you
that funny.
mean?
That was not that funny. That was not that funny.
No. The situation was funny. The situation was funny.
Situation comedy.
See?
I feel like they're trying to get in your good graces.
No.
And that
They're already in my good graces.
I might be projecting, but that's bothering
It's
me.
not good
projecting.
graces, it's honesty.
Thank you. So, Wesam, I see it all the time. Like, I walk into the school, and where the school was at pre-COVID, and it's no detriment to our current crop of students, you'd walk in and it would be a hive of activity, students rehearsing running lines. Now, oftentimes I come in and they're just on their phones. But also society is on their phones. So if you spend 5 days a week on your phone,
Yeah.
then how do you expect to come in and be present in a scene? Because you've got to, what we do, like society are not present, but we can't be part of society. We have to be separate. We have to, as human beings, as artists, particularly if you're going to be exposing yourself emotionally, which sometimes we have to do on camera. But if you suppress your emotion in real life, then don't suddenly think that when the camera starts rolling, you're going to be able to pull from a source of rich emotional content, because it's not there, because you've been suppressing it in real life. So it's, for me, about practicing as much as you can away as a human being, listening as a human being, being present as a human being. Like, I have a rule now: if I meet someone for coffee or whatever, I leave my phone off. I don't even put it on the table. By nature, put it on the table, I'm open to checking it all the time.
You know, it's funny you say that.
You know?
Because whenever we meet for coffee.
Oh God, he has 2 phones that he puts on the table.
Yeah, and one of them is playing just like TikTok videos that just scrolls by itself. It's on an algorithm in a little like AI program. But you answer so many phone calls when we're meeting for coffee, and that is so rude. And I'm gonna call you out in front of our 5 million listeners.
Okay. take off the million, and that's pretty accurate. Thank you, Peyton.
What do you want from me?
I want loyalty.
You have to buy that, Wesam. You have to buy royalty here. Royalty? Loyalty. I love it. What do you want from me? Anyway,
Yeah.
it's about
Yeah,
being...
yeah, yeah. You know, yeah.
I think you have to be honest with them, though, Wesam, in terms of this is education, and they're allowed to come in and fail. But we have to hold them accountable and think, we know where we think you want to get to. So in order for you to get to that, you have to listen to our constructive criticism. And in fact, I'm going to take away criticism, our constructive critiques.
Yeah.
And it's not personal. That's why I have that saying at the school, the work is the work is the work. I'm critiquing your work, not you as a person, because I don't know you as a person.
Yeah.
All I'm critiquing is what you bring in twice a week to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I think artists can't be that precious. Not that our students are precious, but that's part of what we do. You know, we bring our soul, our artistry to the table. It's like you can go on a set or you can have a self-tape. You're presenting your best work does not mean you're going to get the job. When you go on set, you're coming into set with a group of ideas. Natalia might not have liked some of the stuff that I was doing. Great, she redirects me. I can't take that personally. That's what I'm there to do, to serve the text, to push a narrative forward. I'm just a conduit from the author to the audience, and I can't get in the way of that.
Yeah, I like that you're putting yourself like for the greater good. You know, there's a greater good. There's a purpose with that as well. You're not letting the ego get in the way.
You can't get in the way.
Yeah, and you're becoming part of the storytelling experience, and it's not just about you. I have a good student, and it's so funny because a lot of actors are always like this, and it's always with actors. I've rarely found it in any other kind of sport or craft or business adventure. She was having trouble with the scene, and I was like, question, how many like auditions have you total gone out on your entire life?
Yeah.
She goes, maybe 4. And I'm like, okay, what's your day job? She's like a pharmacist in her day job. And I'm like, cool. Did they just send you out to become a pharmacist after 4 days of training or 4 hours of training? And she's like, no. I'm like, how many years were you studying? Out of those years, how many hours total do you think you studied? She's like, oh my God, thousands.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah.
Right.
That's what you need with acting. Of course you're not getting it. You've only been out on 4 auditions. This is your first or maybe second acting school you've been in.
Right.
Yeah.
Twice a week for 3 hours per lesson.
And are you doing anything outside of class? This is also something else that I harp on the students. I'm like, great, you did my homework. What else are you guys doing to get better? How many scripts are you reading? What are you doing studying on your own? Are you getting together and just running scenes with each other? Are you dissecting performances? Are you watching TV shows and just like, okay, I watched it, I enjoyed it? Or are you really dissecting it and trying to gain something from it? You know, there's a lot of outside work that needs to be done. Sorry, I was talking, but go ahead.
There's your first laugh. There you go. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Peyton. That was genuinely funny.
You did it! Oh, you did it!
That was genuinely funny.
No, I did it. I did it.
It's interesting, and not from an egotistical point of view. I've watched each episode of Black Cake, not only the ones that I'm in, about 4 times, because I'm studying, and I hope actors like to do it. Watching your peers.
Yeah.
What are they doing? I have to give a shout out to Mia Isaac, who is the lead in Black Cake. When she shot that, she was 17.
Whoa.
She is incredible. And when I think of her and the work that I watched her do, the work that I'm currently watching her do, and then look at my students, I'm like, you have no idea. I saw her workload. I saw how she was pushed to the nth degree, her artistry. I mean, she was a beast.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, well, what are you doing? And, you know, your time might come, but she's doing that already at 17.
Yeah. It's quite amazing. And when you watch that, you go, and if you're in that age group or like you could have played that or auditioned for that role, that's your competition.
Right.
That's who you're going up against.
Right.
So watch the pilot and see, okay, she probably read 4 out of these whatever scenes she's in for the pilot because they showcase these type of characteristics. They show these type of arcs. And wow, I wonder how I would have played it. You know? Like, that's what I would do as like a tactical thing as an actor.
Right.
She's incredible.
Please watch episode 7. It made me cry. I mean, what she's asked to do. And I hope you don't mind MJ. MJ, I got a message from her, who's a showrunner, when she had to film one of the scenes.
No spoilers,
7.
right?
No spoilers.
Okay, cool.
And episode 7's finished anyway. On Wednesday. So it's already out there.
Okay.
But she sent me... Look, thank you, Alex. She sent me a message about what she did. And that's a showrunner who's just watched this, he created this world and hands it over to a 17-year-old. And I forgot about it, and then I saw the scene. I'm like, goodness gracious me. Just incredible. But it's that dramatic imagination that oftentimes I think we're born with it, and we have it as kids. And then society, parents, school, trying to fit in, peers, we don't lose it, we suppress it to try to fit in. And I often say to the students, you've got to be a child again. Stop caring what people think. Stop trying to get the casting director to like you. Get the casting director to like your work and become a fan of your work.
Well, we're on the same page. Like, this parallels with everything I'm saying in class. Like, literally, I'm just saying it in a different way in my class. The same things you're talking about in preaching. And this is probably why we get along so well and we work together so well, because we're on that same wavelength. And it garners results. It's not like we're just...
But garners not instant results. It takes time, Wesam. Do you know?
Yeah, but it garners serious results because after a certain point, let's look at the actors who are really working, okay? Excuse me. The actors who have long-term careers, the majority
longevity,
of them, they're always working on their craft. They're not lazy actors. No. For the most part, all of them, they're legit.
Yeah.
You know who one of my favorite actors is and who is a legit artist? Dylan McDermott. So underrated.
Yeah.
So underrated. He's a leading man, but a character actor at the same time. I don't know if you've ever seen some of his Netflix stuff. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
He plays like a murderer, one of them, like a psycho, and you're like, holy shit, is that Dylan McDermott?
Yeah.
I wish that was a soundbite.
But for those guys, and you just said, Wesam, they're artists. So many, and I don't want to sound too detrimental, so many actors coming into the industry now. And I had a long chat with a manager yesterday, who's quite a big manager and is looking to fill out her roster. So many actors coming into the industry now want to be famous as opposed to just want to work. And I don't know whether it's an American thing or a West Coast thing. This is the only place I've ever heard actors going, yeah, I'm a TV actor. Where I come from, you're just an actor, which means you do radio, you do TV, you do theatre, you do film. Any portal, any platform that gets you to use your voice and your body, that's storytelling. We're storytellers. And as long as you're telling a story, it can be in any medium. But here I hear, yeah, I'm a TV actor. Then you're shutting down so many other avenues of work.
You know what? I'm tired of being an actor. I want to be famous. That's it. I've decided I want to be famous. I want to be famous.
Why?
Because I want money and I want the glory. It's such a crazy thing to say out loud. Do you know what I mean? Even saying it out loud as a bit is like
famous for being what or doing what?
Oh, I want to act. I want to be famous for acting. Like, that's so crazy.
Yeah, but you know why?
To say. What's that?
You know why?
I want people to like me.
No.
Adore me.
I think when you watch good TV or film, it looks easy. Oh, I can do that. It looks easy for a reason, because it's craft, and that's the whole point of it. People want easy access to fame, money, and fortune. You know.
I heard someone else say it a little bit more on the button. It looks effortless.
I doubt that very much.
It looks effortless, not easy.
Okay, pedantics, but that's okay.
No, I think there's a difference between effortless and easy, right?
What's the difference then?
Effortless? Easy is like
Swimming looks effortless when done well, but you know there's a lot of energy going into it. Good actors, Wesam, and you hear all the time, oh, they're just doing nothing on screen. Are you kidding me? There's so much going on there. They think, I see it on self-tapes, there's no life. They just think, I'm
right.
acting.
But it's not easy. It's not like it's difficult.
But it's perceived to be easy.
It's perceived because I think they're not being specific. I think they're it's perceived to be effortless because that person is just doing it, but it's not.
No.
It's actually very difficult to make it look effortless.
Yes.
It's like a martial artist, rolling in jiu-jitsu or doing a technique. Oh, whoa, they don't even look stressed. It
Like
looks
when
effortless.
I choked you out earlier.
Yeah, that was a bit.
I hope he shows you that. That was
It's already-
effortless.
you know what? It's a win for you. You're
I mean,
86.
I guess that's an argument about natural ability and training. I mean, you train all the time for that, and I would, I'm out of shape, I'm old, and came in and just locked you up. And you
What if I just beat the shit out of
that
you
would
right
never
now
happen.
on air?
You have
How
the opportunity.
What if
Peyton
right
caught
now?
it.
What if I beat the shit
Alex
out of you,
caught it.
and they have to stop me, and then you're driving home like. And Troy's like, "What happened?" Can you imagine how crazy that would be?
I heard you just say 20 minutes ago, oh, my neck, my neck, my
There
neck.
you go.
Anyway, that's an interesting concept, isn't it? Training as opposed to just having natural talent.
Well,
Thank you, Peyton.
you know what? You're terrible. How about that? Huh?
Terrible at what? Be specific.
Terrible.
At what?
You're a terrible, terrible person. How about that,
I'm
British
terrible
guy?
I'm terrible at a lot of things.
And you know
yes.
what? I'm calling the embassy and saying he doesn't have his papers.
I have my papers, but I don't have my green card. I lost my green card. And whoever found my green card, please post it back to me. That's a fact.
You're going back.
You're going
back?
No, I'm legal to be here, but I don't.
Are you?
Yeah.
Show us the paperwork.
I've got the paperwork. I'm legally here, but anyway.
Dude, that'd be crazy
just-
if I got you deported.
Right. In the middle of this interview, just rough housed out of here.
Oh, man. I totally forgot what I was going to talk to you about after this.
Not
Man.
listening.
Not
This is
listening.
what I'm talking about. The art of not listening.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's it. That's it. I just saw your face and I remembered it. Pet peeves. So,
That's your second one from
you as a teacher, biggest pet peeve with students. And whatever that thing is, and now it's always stuck in my head when it's
It
like,
wasn't true. You can,
I keep bringing this up.
You can have pet peeves.
Okay.
You can have more than one. That is a thing.
Yeah, you can.
But if you're mentioning one thing, yes, it is a pet peeve.
Okay.
But there's pet peeves.
Thank you, Alex,
I
our
know.
resident
That bothers me too. I
expert
think about
on
that all the time now.
linguistics.
We all love Alex much
Thank
more than
you.
we, Sam.
That's true. The fans will say that. I am aware of this. But your pet peeve, your biggest pet peeve as a teacher.
A lack of passion.
Ooh.
Seriously, in terms of, I see students wanting results and understand that. But to do this, for me to do anything in life, your chosen career, then you must love it.
I apologize. That's
Wow.
Second
pet peeve, students who leave their phones on.
Hold on, let me check my TikTok real quick.
Because he wants to be famous. How many followers do I have on TikTok?
My TikTok is terrible.
I'm taking over next week. I know you all demand it.
Oh, dude, I would love
Wesam's
to
World.
I would love to hear your podcast every week. I
It'd
would
be-
call in.
No
If you had a
one, no
call
one
in,
would tune into
I'd
my
be like-
podcast.
I'd be
I'm
like,
not-
I'm gonna kill you.
I'm not that interesting.
He's like, stop calling. I'm gonna kill you tonight.
I know it's you, Wesam.
Okay, lack of passion.
Yeah.
Does that mean they're coming to class not prepared, or just like their
All
choices
of
are
it.
like, eh?
No, all of it. Like, if you're coming to class and you're only meeting twice a week and you're not prepared, then you are not in this.
No,
you're
you're
not
not.
passionate about it. So you're never going to get the results that you desire. That kills me. Mm-hmm. I think if I had someone who's ultra passionate about something, they don't have the craft yet, I can work with that, Wesam. Because you can almost overload them and they'll do whatever they need to do.
Yeah.
That I love. That I can work with. But the apathy, but then spouting, yeah, I want to be a series regular. But I sent you sides 3 weeks ago and you're still not off book. How is this going to happen?
That's I agree with that's
stuff like that.
That's just that for me. If there's a lack of that, I'm like, bye. Okay, next person. I don't have time for that. Stuff that gets me fired up though. You know what it is? Not paying attention to detail. Consistent like.
But that in honesty though, Wesam, I think that comes with experience and time.
And let me be specific with this.
Okay.
Hey, please upload this to a streaming website, and if it's password protected, please put the password on there. First time, not paying attention or whatever, that's fine. Hey, make sure it's a streaming thing. I don't want to download a gig just to see your 1 minute video, okay? Keep it on a streaming platform, please.
Yeah.
Second time, we'll have a more in-depth discussion. By the third time, I'm about to explode. I literally feel my blood pressure raising.
But is that because for a lot of people, this is their first intro to the industry? That's a given for you and I, because that's what we have to do for a living. Do you know what I mean?
My man, no, absolutely not. I make it so clear on how to do things.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. Because I go, and then they go, well, how do I do? And I go, great question. iMovie, everybody have it? All their heads go like this, like wonderful. When you export it, you have the options.
I don't even know that.
How do you export your self tapes?
Via Hightail.
That's the website, right? You use Hightail. Am I crazy here?
I actually don't know.
I
don't know what
what
Hightail
Okay.
is.
What are you two doing here?
What do you mean?
Wow, he just turned on you.
Adobe
quicker.
products.
Wait. You're supposed to be on our side this whole
what
time.
happened?
What
I'm
happened?
disappointed.
What is Hightail?
Yeah.
No,
I know something. Look at that. What is that? It's a
website.
is it a website? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm about to
Do
lose
you
it.
know what it is?
He doesn't know.
Is that high as in like high or high as in height?
It's
height?
where I send my self tapes, and from there that gets sent to the content.
Okay,
editor.
wait. So what do you film on? Like, what do
My
you film
phone.
your
Okay,
phone?
yeah.
Okay.
Upload it to my laptop and send it via my laptop to Hightail, which
Okay.
sends it to the content.
You don't edit it at all on your phone?
No,
Oh, that's crazy. Okay, so
I don't know
you
how
just
to. I'm a bit technophobe. You have to show me. Seriously, I don't know.
this is amazing to me. What I do is I film it on my phone, right? But whenever I upload it to my laptop,
Yeah.
I put it in the editing software iMovie
Yeah.
so that I'm able to pump up the volume a little bit
Mm.
because sometimes there's an issue with whoever's computer. I make sure the volume is very clear, and maybe I have to cut in to the tape because I started.
Well, I do that on my phone before I send it.
So you edit it on your phone,
Yeah.
and then you just upload
Or
it.
on my laptop before I send it.
What do you edit it on your computer with?
Edit.
Oh, the like
built-in.
built-in like trim
Yeah.
and everything. Okay.
Okay, so that's what you use.
Yeah.
Okay, that works. But when you export it to Hightail, which is a website,
Yeah.
have you ever looked at like when they ask for specifications for the like how many megabytes or anything like that?
No.
That's okay. All right. I'm sure it's been fine this whole time. Obviously, nobody said anything to you.
Well, look, the bottom line, Wesam.
But sorry, this is the whole point why I'm this specific because, fun fact,
Yeah.
I need to recount because I've only counted till 2021. I've gone on way over 400 auditions, and the variety of self tapes specifications. I know you two have when you're doing self tapes. Sometimes there's very specific like
Yeah.
keep it under this number of megabytes. Make sure like it's cropped to where there's so much specifications because I'm trying to give. And the class I teach is Art of the Self-Tape. I'm trying to give my students the best edge so that there's no excuse for the casting director or the casting director assistant not to watch their tape.
Right.
Does that make sense?
It does, but also, in addition to that, ironically, the job that we spoke about prior to going on air, that I had a callback for today, was done last week, and it was so specific what they did not want.
Can I talk about it?
You can't talk about the project, but you can talk about the process of.
I'm going to talk about the project. I'm going to get you in trouble.
Thank you for that.
I'm going to get you. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
It said they do not want another person in the shot, blah, 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 blah. And I approach self-tapes as a short film, I have to be creative. And there's a scene where this father's talking to his child who's been bullied, and they're having this kind of heart-to-heart in a diner. And my child's now at the age that he reads really well, so I was running lines with him, and I thought, you know what, let me just put you in the scene. And I filmed it dirty. I thought, you know what, we're in a diner. I'm here, and I've got the camera just over his shoulder, so you can see his hair. And
Oh, that's fine.
in the middle of this, but it said no one else should be in the shot. It was specific, and I thought, I don't care.
Well, that's something I tell my students.
So
It's
that's not being specific to what they've required, but artistically, I thought I had to ignore it, and it paid dividends
I think
sometimes.
I think yes, you because of how connected you were truly into the scene, they weren't gonna watch that and go, well, shit, he's the guy, but there's
Yeah.
a kid in it. That's what I tell my students.
The work has to be quality.
But for the students who are in the class currently, I listen. Know the rules first,
Yes, you're
and
right.
then
You're
learn when to break them.
You're right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Because
Let's do the basics first.
yeah, there's some students who wanted to do stuff like that, and I'm like, that's great, but your profile the whole
Yeah.
scene, and I can't see what's going on in your face.
And that's an idea. This just came out of actually having a camera rehearsal. I'm thinking, well, just leave him there. For eyeline, it was perfect. Just leave him there. And actually, his performance was drawing me in. I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm feeling something. I need to capture this.
Yeah.
So let's leave him there. And it just worked, as opposed to a stylistic, artistic idea of this thing. It just came out of the art, actually, and being specific.
Yeah, I'm gonna say.
see his face, right?
No.
And then, yeah, I'm
No.
sure.
But you could see his hair and his ears and stuff, and he was kind of
I'm gonna
moving
say
around.
what it is. I'm gonna ruin it for you, everybody. It's Fast and Furious 22.
Congratulations.
Congratulations,
Much.
man.
It's
That's really great.
19 callbacks.
Wow. You're very particular.
Well, you know.
They really.
I know what they want.
Well, if
Were you called in for that?
no,
Didn't think so.
I passed.
Thank you. Number 6. 7. 8.
I hate this.
Look, you got one there. That's one.
Yeah,
But yeah, they have to learn the basics first.
that's cool.
I love what you said. Learn the rules first, and then break them.
Yeah, learn the learn the rules, and then you can figure out when to break them, when to bend them. There's stuff you can do to really
Also,
push the boundaries.
It has to serve the purpose. It can't be. Actors tend to have these great ideas. No, but is it helping the narrative,
Yeah.
or are you getting in the way of the story? Is it
Oh.
serving the story?
Here's one of the best questions I get, and this is the best answer I always give. They go, "What do you think about props in a scene or miming things?" I'm like, "It doesn't matter. Is it serving the scene? Are you gaining a more truthful performance with or without something? Then that's what's important. They're not going to watch that and go, "Oh shoot, it was so great, but he was miming the steering wheel. He didn't bring in a real steering wheel."
I often say actors have props. Real people have things that they use all the time.
What?
Actors use props.
Yeah.
Real people have things that they use all the time. In terms
Right.
of having familiarity about it.
Oh.
My intellectual capacity has been compromised.
I thought you were just like actors use props and people use things.
There's a major difference because you have no ownership of it.
right, because it's a prop. It doesn't belong to you.
But that makes sense, right?
No, it belongs to set.
I understood
No.
the first time.
So we say
It belongs to the prop master.
I believe, in terms of the artist that you are, right?
No,
Let-
it belongs to the prop
No, it
master.
doesn't.
You don't. You can't take it
No,
home with you.
no, you-
I've
We're
never
not
been able
gonna
to take
fire
other
him.
props.
No, but let me say something there. For example,
No. I love harassing you so much.
we'll see how long this goes on. Then I'm not going to say anything now. So
All right, talking to the mic, please.
there's a young actor, it's not actually that young, who's the lead in the show, who I've known since he was 14. Show on CW, and he's a Brit who's playing an American who plays American football. Lead of the show. When he first flew over in the first season, he never played American football at all. But he made a thing of going to a sports shop and buying an American football and holding onto it, even when he's at home, because he was playing an American footballer. So, although it's a prop. For him, it became this thing that was part of his life.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I can tell when an actor is using a prop as opposed to they're so in it. He's laughing. And they're so invested and they have a relationship with a phone, a bottle, a cigarette, a family heirloom. That's what I'm talking about. So for them, don't make it look like a prop.
Right. Of course not. That's crazy. Like the relationship with the object. What's it? Yeah.
But I think they don't think about that. Have a relationship with it.
Yeah.
You
Actually,
know?
today in my Zoom class, somebody was doing a scene and she did well in it, but she was holding a coffee mug, and there was supposed to be coffee in it.
I know what you're gonna say.
And like she's moving it like this.
Yeah.
And honestly, it was. I told her it drives me crazy. Because
Wesam,
is there coffee in there?
I see that a lot on TV. Someone will order a coffee in a styrofoam cup. It's hot, and they're doing that. There's no weight in there, and I don't know what the temperature is. But that's acting. You can act weight and temperature, and I think it's just lazy. And so that then becomes a prop, as opposed to I need my morning coffee to wake me up.
I saw you, real quick, our time on Adobe Radio has come to an end. However, the show continues on. Make sure you tune in tomorrow on Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Podcast if it's been fixed. Otherwise, thank you for tuning in live. Make sure you watch Black Cake on Hulu. It is not a cooking show. It is a great, great theatrical storytelling experience.
Season finale this coming Wednesday.
Season finale this coming Wednesday. Make sure you check it out on Hulu. Anthony Mark Barrow. Check out IDSA acting program here in Los Angeles if you're looking for a great acting school.
Thank you for joining us.
The show continues on. We're gonna wrap it up here soon, but I just remember on the getaway. You know what? This joke isn't funny. I just realized we just did that whole thing, and it wasn't gonna be a good joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's gone. The
It's
moment
gone.
is lost. Yeah, and that's good acting
The
right
moment
there.
got away from us.
Yeah, just said that.
He didn't.
Yeah, I did. Anthony, what's your favorite part about me?
Seriously. God, we could be here for a while.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I love your playful nature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else?
No, you're playful. You're disrespectful in a nice way. I love it. You got a very British sense of humor. You're very Ricky Gervais-esque.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me this last time. I
And I
appreciate
love
that.
Gervais. I mean, I love him.
I have a thing. I can't wait till I don't have to censor myself anymore in life. Wouldn't that be great?
In this industry,
Yeah.
good luck.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have to, don't we?
Yeah.
You know, we've got to play the politics of this.
Yeah. My students say I make a face in class. I make faces a lot in class.
Oh, do you? I just comment because I'm English and get away with it.
Yeah. I give looks apparently, and I think my producers know some of those looks.
You have an array of looks.
Oh yeah.
All of them awful, but
Oh. Some of the cameras.
Don't
went off.
worry about it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's yeah, there's some filtering that has to go on for sure because we're professionals.
yeah, and we have to create a safe environment. That's really important.
Oh yeah, of course. I'm not being like crazy in class, so don't worry. Yeah, don't fire me. What do you mean? Like, can you imagine?
You got really defensive
Yeah,
about
yeah,
that
I know.
really
I
quickly.
know, right?
Because, yeah.
Is there something you need to tell us, Wesam?
No, I haven't yelled at anybody.
Oh, we don't yell. We're not a yelling
No,
school.
no. I'm joking. I'm joking
know,
with you.
I
Yeah,
know.
I'm joking. No. I'm very communicative.
You are. I have heard your feedback, and it's very thorough. It's very caring. You actually surprised me. A lot of time, a lot of patience for the students, and actually, they're very in a serious note now. They're very lucky to have you because I spoke about you on the back of Getaway because I'd never met you before, and I remember coming back. In fact, in Mexico, I got you to do a Q&A with them. Remember?
Oh yeah. That was nice.
And just your work ethic. I'm like, this is a guy who's always working, and that's who you're up against. That's who you're up against. And then, fortunately, you came in and did a live artist lounge with them, and then they're very fortunate to have you because now the strike's over. I'm not sure how long we're going to have you for.
Yeah.
So they need to take advantage.
I'm staying.
Yeah, well, knowing you, you're going to be
Oh yeah, if I'm working. Yeah.
right. So they
That's
need
true.
to take advantage of that. You know. Because I don't know too many other schools who do that in LA that have active faculty who are actually in the industry working.
Is the guy named Batman still there? No, he's not. He's gone, right?
Batman.
Yeah, do you remember during that talk years ago? And he this is the best. I don't care. I'm telling it. Is that okay?
No, he's not there.
Okay.
Wesam.
We're gonna end it here,
That happened twice.
bro. I go, any questions? I go, yes. What's your name? Yeah, hi. My name is Batman. And I go, and he starts talking real quick, and I go, whoa. I'm sorry. What would you say your name was? Batman. And I go, Batman? And he goes, Batman. I'm like, Batman. And he goes, yeah, Batman. Continue.
2 industry guests twice, and you're introducing yourself as Batman.
He was serious.
I know.
That's
But actually, the only time he did it was when we had the 2 industry guests. I'm like, what come on.
yeah, unprofessional. In all honesty, all honesty, if he came and auditioned for me and he had Batman as his name, I'd be like, this is a crazy person. We can't have him on set. And I'd be like, no.
Maybe
pass.
he's campaigning.
To what?
To what?
Play Batman. Maybe was this when they were casting for Robert Pattinson, Matt Reeves, the Batman? No.
Oh shit, you're right.
No, wait, was it?
No.
Of course
I,
not.
I would,
Guys,
I would love
guys.
it to be the case because that would be a wonderful choice. But no,
Hey,
it's.
I love you.
I'm not shaking your hand.
Please.
No.
Oh my god,
What now?
that watch is terrible.
Oh my God! What's going?
Oh my god, do you see how terrible his watch is? Dude, that is the ugliest watch I've ever seen.
Do you know what though? It's taken what is it? 45 minutes. This is good.
Oh my god, where did you get that? Please tell me it wasn't a gift. I'm kidding. Look how mean I am. Everybody's gonna think I'm the meanest
No, they
person.
don't. They don't take you seriously. I don't take you seriously.
Where'd you get that watch?
I don't know. I've had it years.
Oh man, I hope it doesn't. It's like a family.
I know. My late dead father left me this.
Oh my god, are you being serious?
Yeah.
Dude, don't, dude, you can't say that. That's terrible. I can't stop. Hey, I'm really sorry. I'm so sorry. Hey man, don't say
If
that.
there are any listeners, put comments in the.
No, Anthony. If that was really your, I apologize. That was too much because.
His last breath. Take the watch, son.
You know what I would have said
And then-
if I was you? Let's do that bit again.
No,
Come on, it's just a funny bit.
your hands are slightly moist.
I know.
Thank you, Alex. 10.
Black Cake season finale this week. Catch all the episodes on Hulu. Follow Anthony Mark Barrow on Instagram and check out IDSA Los Angeles for some great acting schools. Hey, thanks for coming on.
My
as usual.
pleasure. Black Cake, as you said, please watch. Season finale, Wednesday, 9 p.m.
You're honestly, you're much better than I thought you were going to be.
I'll take the compliment.
Play us out, Peyton.
Play us out, Peyton.
What a wonderful episode. It's always good to have, do charity work here on the show. Right?
Help the homeless. Please share, can have some more.
If you'd like to buy Anthony's jacket, it'll be
11.
it'll be
12.
always remember
What
to
a warm
listen,
laugh.
think, and talk. Don't interrupt me.